West Ham United, a club built on working-class pride, East London identity, and a spirit that refuses to fade. From shipyard roots to European nights, this is the story of a team whose history is as powerful as its supporters. This is West Ham United. Chapter 1. The Beginning. Our journey starts in the 1890s, the first era listed in the club's official history timeline. Back then, the Thames Ironworks and Shipbuilding Company was one of the biggest employers in East London. To give the workers pride, unity, and something to rally behind, the company formed a football team in 1895, Thames Ironworks FC. They played on rough pitches, in basic kits, and travelled by foot or by tram. But what they lacked in resources, they made up for in passion. This wasn't just a team, it was a community. Chapter 2. A New Identity. In 1900, the club reformed under a new name, West Ham United, marking the beginning of the identity we know today. This decade saw West Ham join the Southern League and start building a loyal fanbase. Just 4 years later, in 1904, the club moved to Upton Park, a stadium that would define the club for more than a century. Chapter 3. Rising through the ranks. The 1910s, another chapter in the club's official history structure, brought major progress. After the First World War, English football expanded, and West Ham were elected into the Football League's second division. Then came a landmark moment. In 1923, West Ham reached the FA Cup final, the famous White Horse Final, and earned promotion to the First Division in the same season. It was the moment the club stepped onto the national stage. Chapter 4. The Golden Era. Fast forward to the 1960s, and arguably the greatest era in West Ham's history. Under manager Ron Greenwood, the club developed a style of football built on intelligence, technique, and bravery. This era produced three icons who would shape English football forever: Bobby Moore, Geoff Hurst, Martin Peters. In 1964, West Ham lifted the FA Cup. In 1965, they won the European Cup Winners' Cup. And in 1966, those three West Ham legends played a central role in England's World Cup triumph. This wasn't just success, it was legacy. Chapter 5. The 1970s and 1980s. The 70s and 80s brought new heroes and unforgettable moments. In 1975, West Ham lifted the FA Cup again, with Trevor Brooking and Billy Bonds becoming household names. Then came 1980, one of the most iconic finals in English football history. Trevor Brooking's diving header sealed a 1-0 win over Arsenal, making West Ham the last team outside the top flight to win the FA Cup. The 80s also delivered the club's highest ever league finish, third place in the 1985-86 season, powered by the legendary Boys of '86. Chapter 6. Modern Era and the Move. The Premier League era brought ups and downs, but also unforgettable players: Carlos Tevez, Mark Noble, Dimitri Payet, Declan Rice. And of course Paolo Di Canio, with his magic touch and the ability to score from anywhere. But the biggest change came in 2016, when West Ham said goodbye to Upton Park after 112 years. The move to the London Stadium marked a new chapter: bigger crowds, bigger ambitions, and a new identity for a new generation. And in 2023, the club lifted the UEFA Europa Conference League, ending a 43-year wait for a major trophy. A moment that united fans across the world. Chapter 7. Full manager timeline, 1895 to 2026. It starts with Sid King, 30 years in charge. Then Charlie Painter, Ted Fenton, and the legend Ron Greenwood. John Lyall takes over and becomes a club icon. Into the modern era: Redknapp, Roeder, Brooking, Pardew, Kerbishley. Then Zola, Grant, Allardyce, Bilic, Pellegrini. Moyes brings European glory, then Lopetegui and Graham Potter. Now we have Nuno Espirito Santo. Over 100 years. One massive club. Come on, you Irons. Chapter 8. Honours and records. Major trophies. The FA Cup. Winners, 3 times, 1964, 1975, 1980. Runners-up, twice, 1923, 2006. European competitions. UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. Winners 1965. UEFA Europa Conference League. Winners 2023. UEFA Intertoto Cup. Winners 1999. League titles. Second Division. Winners 1957-58. Player records. Most appearances: Billy Bonds, 799. Most goals: Vic Watson, 326. Most goals in a season, Vic Watson, 50 in 1929-30. Youngest player, Reece Oxford, 16 years old. Oldest player, Billy Bonds, 41 years old. Team records. Biggest wins 10-0 versus Bury, League Cup, 1983. 8-0 versus Rotherham, 1958. Heaviest defeats 8-1 versus Blackburn, 1963. 7-0 versus Arsenal, 1927. Longest unbeaten run 21 games 2003-04. Championship season. Highest league finish 3rd place, 1985-86. Main rivals. Millwall, the fiercest rivalry. This is West Ham's number 1, historic, deep-rooted rivalry. Born from workplace competition between Thames Ironworks, West Ham, and Millwall's dockworkers. Known as one of the most intense rivalries in English football. Violent clashes in the past have made it infamous. Tottenham Hotspur, a major London rivalry driven by geographic proximity. Competing for similar league positions. Strong fan dislike on both sides. Famous fans of the club. Ray Winston, James Corden, Danny Dyer, Russell Brand, and Triple H from World Wrestling Entertainment. That, my friends, is the history of West Ham United Football Club. From the shipyards of the Thames Ironworks to European glory in the modern era, West Ham United's history is a story of resilience, loyalty, and identity. A club built by workers, carried by legends, and supported by one of the most passionate fan bases in world football. This is West Ham United. This is the claret and blue. And this is only the beginning. If you enjoyed this West Ham walkthrough, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment and tell me which club you want me to cover next.